This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Happy Monday. Welcome to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast. Today we're talking about the lead singer of Simply Red who reckons he slept with over 1,000 women. Extraordinary, mate.
So he's not. So what's his name? Hucknall.
Yeah, Mick.
Mick.
So he's not Simply Red. There is a band.
I thought he was just Simply Red.
No.
Because of his hair colour.
It's the band, mate. There's other people in the band. But
There's only one people with the numbers he's racking up.
Come on,
One people. It's only one.
It's only one people.
One people with the
three
number of.
persons in his bed.
I slept with one people.
So what is he saying? And firstly, if anyone's skiting about anything like this, I tend not to believe them.
He said 3 a day. Now, I would
Give
look...
me a break.
if you
It's not
look
a
at-
meal.
If you look at your diary and go, okay, what have I got on? Okay, so if I've got a manager and I'm going, you've organised 3 girls at different times of the day.
Yeah.
Why don't we all get them done from 9 to 9:30? Then the 3 are done. Then I can
mate.
enjoy my lunch without having to get onto the next girl. How is he getting the women?
Yeah, see, Mick Hucknall.
He's not a good-looking rooster.
Well, that's the other
Well, you
thing.
don't have to be. I mean, you don't have to be good-looking to pick up the ladies.
It's
and
the voice.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Do you reckon, Kate, are you attracted to... Is there an artist out there that you're attracted to their voice more than their looks? Who really get... like?
Or
does
Lewis Capaldi.
No, Bublé. Bublé
Yeah, but he's
is-
good looking too.
No, but I think he's an everyday punter, mate. If he didn't have the voice, there's no way he's picking up.
No, if you pulled up next to him at the butcher
It's like
and
Frank
he was in his
Sinatra.
tracksuit.
Ordering sausages.
Frank Sinatra wasn't the best looking bloke. Old blue eyes.
He's suave. You put him on a stage, they're untouchable. All of a sudden, they have this.
Josh Groban. Would you go for Josh
I
Groban?
don't know what he looks like.
You would have had a thing for Robbie Williams, I would have thought, in the day.
I did quite like Robbie Williams.
you ever hook
because
up
you
with
know
him?
why? Because he's so naughty.
Yeah.
So
Look at your face. Like the dream isn't over.
he's so like you, and he has a twinkle in his
He
eye,
does, doesn't he?
and you
Yep.
just
You can't help but want to hook
There
up
is
with him.
no defence to that
Yes.
kind of naughtiness.
Yeah, right. You're gone.
All right, we dissect Hucknall's claim of 1,000 women in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Tell me that you're Australian without telling me that you're Australian.
Oh, here we
Do you
go.
want the first paragraph of this story that was in the Sunday Telegraph yesterday?
Go for it.
A wild brawl has broken out on board a Jetstar flight from Denpasar, Bali, with police having to drag 3 passengers off the plane once it landed, including a shirtless traveller.
Welcome home, Australians.
My gosh, travellers were shocked by the violent behaviour which occurred just 2 hours into the flight.
You'd suggest there was a couple of bintangs at the airport, right? So you're sauced up before you get on your jetty flight, and then you continue to rip in to the beers on board.
There's, like on a flight, I love flying, just so I can put my headphones on. I don't have to go to my phone.
It's about relaxing, isn't it?
It is about relaxing, and I can sleep. I know you struggle a little bit, but I can sleep, and I love the sound of the plane. I love the motion. I love turbulence. I do. I can sleep during turbulence. I love it.
See, I wasn't sure whether you were able to just nod off on a flight within 5 minutes or you were faking being asleep. You were acting.
There's a bit of both.
When I start talking, you kind of just always fall asleep.
Well, you need to ask constant questions, so that makes it a lot easier for me to fall asleep just listening to you talk. But this is okay. So this is on a flight. Do you know what else I do love as well? Is that when there is something like this that goes on, and people are just want to rest. Come on, man. Do you really? We're 2 hours into the flight. It's Jetstar. We know we're not going to get a good meal. We know we haven't paid for a meal.
We know it left 3 hours late.
Do you know what? So they land, police come and grab this guy, his shirt's off, he still wants to fight. And then I just love this reaction from all the other passengers on the plane.
Awesome.
standing ovation.
And no one yelled out, "You're going home" in the back of the divvy van. Not one. Come on, guys.
Oh, what a horrible moment to be in.
Needed a chant off the back of that clap.
Hey, still to come before 7 o'clock today. That Padstow.
Oh, my God.
That Padstow fight. Talking of fights as well, that was
What a
just
disgrace.
so cowardly that happened on the ref.
So he's been charged, hasn't he?
He has been charged. No bail as well. And the ref, good effort by the ref. He said, "This isn't going to stop me. I'll keep doing what I love doing."
A community game of sport, and the ref has a broken jaw and 3 teeth missing.
That's horrible.
Nothing beats a cosy winter getaway.
Or escaping to a tropical paradise.
If you're thinking about an early winter escape, whatif.com has just the place.
Check out great accommodation deals across Australia on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
Well, everyone has been raving. Could this be the greatest world championships we have ever seen?
Which sport?
Chess, mate. We're talking chess here.
Oh,
And
yes.
One man, our resident chess nerd, who... I got told that this was 7-all. We went into tiebreakers. I don't know what's going on. I know there was a representative from China. There was a representative from Russia. I can't even pronounce names here.
Oh, my God.
But our good friend Spence joins us now. Adam Spencer, welcome!
Spence, hello, buddy.
Oh, how are we, boys? Very, very exciting news I can announce exclusively on Nova this morning. We have our first ever Chinese world champion. Jing Loren has defeated Jan Nepomniachtchi in the 4th of the 25-minute tie-break games. They were locked at 7-all after the traditional 14 full-length
No
games.
way.
Locked at 3-all after 3 speed games, and then with literally seconds to go in the 4th knockout game, Ding finds this miracle move. The big Russian stumbles, makes a mistake. Ding, there you go, Ding Loren, world champion.
Wow. Do you know what?
Ding's done it!
I thought you were... It had that feeling of, I don't know, the end of a Rocky film there. How big is this competition, Spence?
For the chess world, this was amazing, and the way it finished, it looked like they were playing out. A lot of games at this level end as a draw. They can't find a way through.
Yeah.
And this looked like it was going for a draw, and the expert commentators were calling it, this will fizzle out. Ding plays this slightly strange move. Everyone's going, what's going on there? But the computer's going, bang, bang, bang. That's an awesome move.
Yeah.
Clearly catches the Russian off guard. He then starts flying around, knocks pieces over in his madness, walks out, literally tears in the press conference afterwards.
Oh, my God.
And as opposed to the last World Championship that we spoke about in 2018, when it was like 2 supercomputers just draw, this whole showdown has been 2 brilliant but flawed humans making great moves, then terrible moves. And when Ding pulled this one out of his back pocket, the big Russian had no response.
Classic
This is
Ding.
great.
Get him, Ding.
This is great. How can you talk about the rapid game when we go 7-all into a tiebreaker and then you've got 3-all, another tiebreaker in the rapid games? How quick do those rapid games go for, Spence?
Yeah, the one that determined it was a 25-minute game, which for us would be more than enough time to
That's
make.
2020. That's 2020 in the cricket. Is that right?
And it really is. That's the thing. They don't, when the Russian only had about 15 seconds on the clock and had massive, deep moves to contemplate. If he had another hour, he would have found a way out. But that sort of time pressure,
great.
Ding Ding went dong dong, and he's now the world champion.
Isn't he extraordinary? I've always been a fan, mate. I've been following him for years. What do you win if you become the world chess champion?
Oh, this one's a couple of $1 million. There's only a handful of people in the world of chess who make enough money. A little bit more now that you can stream chess. You guys should really watch some of these live streams of chess. Far and away the biggest win in this guy's career. But more importantly, he joins that list of Magnus Carlsen, of Vishy Anand, those names that just I know roll off your tongue. Garry Kasparov, Mikhail Botvinnik, all the way back to
My
Paul Morphy
favourites.
as a world chess champion.
Can we go back to Garry Kasparov, who was one of the legends? Garry Kasparov, one of the legends in chess. Is it true, Adam Spencer, you played against that guy?
Yeah, Garry Kasparov came to Australia. I interviewed him about man versus machine. He was the first human chess champion to ever lose to the world's best computer back in 1997. We had this chat about artificial intelligence, all this sort of stuff. Then it finishes. They set out 6 chessboards, and he plays 6 of us at once. I get to play chess against the world champion, Garry Kasparov. Now, the result of the match is not the important part of his story.
How quick did he get you, Spence?
What was great was there was one bit where he stood at the board and actually looked a bit and sort of stroked his chin. I thought, my God, I've actually made him think about a move.
Oh, that's a win
and
there.
I asked him afterwards, what was going through your head when you were thinking of the board there? And he said, I was trying to remember the first time in my life I'd ever seen exactly that position on a chessboard. I think I was 8 years old. It was a guy I crushed in a local chess competition.
Just awesome.
Good to know, mate. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, well, I'm just, you know what, Ding, this has changed Ding's life now because I'm looking at photos of him in a jacuzzi with all supermodels around him now. His life's changed, Spence. Is that correct?
Ding will never pay to get into a nightclub again in his life. I don't know how many nightclubs Ding has paid to get into so far, but he'll certainly be on the VIP list from now, lads. Don't you worry.
There's no way we won't recognise this guy.
Hey, and Spence, for anyone, we're looking at cosmic perspectives here. You're going on a tour with Neil deGrasse Tyson, is that correct?
Yeah, just in case the World Chess Championship isn't nerdy enough for you. In early July, I'm sitting down with 90 Minutes. Neil deGrasse Tyson is that hulkingly big African-American superstar of astrophysics. He's funny, really smart. Did that show called Cosmos on your stream service.
Yeah.
If you like questions about where did the universe begin, where is it going, how does it end, why are we here, where did life come from, look for cosmic perspectives on the net, and Neil and I will explain it all to you in early July. But until then, ding, 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 ding.
The only way to celebrate, mate.
Look, Spence is still celebrating. He's going to kick-ons now after Ding's win. We love you, Spence. Thanks for coming on the show.
Checkmate, boys.
See you, mate.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hey, big shout out to the council over the weekend. Thanks so much for your help because Sydney has a parking issue everywhere you go. And the story we spoke about last week, Fitz, of the Bondi resident, she'd parked in her drive because her garage was too small for her car. She got a $273 fine, I think. The ticket guy that went up and down our street and fined all the cars parked in their driveways. When I say their driveway, the entry to their driveway, which is Crown land, it's council land, I understand that, but so is where you park on the street.
So it wasn't in their driveway?
No, so you've pulled in, imagine if you pulled into your drive, you've left enough room, right? So you've left the footpath clear, right? Yep. You've left the footpath completely clear and you've just pulled into your driveway.
You've got a long driveway?
Yeah, I do have a long driveway, but for convenience, because I had to run in and then I was nicking out again. But everybody does it because there's a parking issue in the street. So you pull in, it causes zero inconvenience. Zero. And people do it because there's nowhere else to pull up. Now, we've got to work as a team here.
You said off air as well that the Waverley Council are pretty weak-gutted and they'll never do it again.
I did not, if you think you're trying to rev them up. It's just, do you know what annoys me about this?
So you think they'll never do it again?
I never said that. That's obviously what they're targeting. The point of the matter is, the council works for the ratepayer, right?
Yeah.
We work together. You work for us and we work with you.
Has there been...
So let's work as a team, guys. And you've got a choice to make. Like, there's 101 laws out there. There's thousands of laws.
Has there been a GoFundMe page started for the residents of Rose Bay to pay
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. Do you know what? Right? You can make the choice to find these people, right? Anybody doing that. And you can ruin their day. Now, unless you're really struggling as a council and you need the money, then you try and work with the residents to make sure that everybody can work together as a community.
I don't want to. I don't want to get involved with this, but this sounds like a bit of a standoff between.
Do you think I've been targeted?
Council here. I don't know.
You reckon I've been targeted?
I think so. And you're basically saying, bring it on. And I don't think you should do that.
You are extraordinary.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Trying to get my head around this story. Simply Red, guys. The artist.
Great band.
The artist Simply Red.
See, he's not an artist. He's a band.
Mick Hucknall.
Is he a band?
No, not really.
Like, who are the... Will you name the other guys?
Well, nobody
Simply
knows the
Red
other guys.
was a band.
Yes.
You can't just say Mick Hucknall is Simply Red just because he's got red hair.
No one's talking about the rest of the band. I'm going to call him.
Exactly. It's like saying...
It's a bit tricky.
I was going to try and make a joke about
Bon Jovi, mate.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. I mean, it's all Fitzy,
it's all
isn't
Whipper.
it?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, I'll just jump in quickly.
Great.
It's all about the whip dog.
Glad you feel the same.
Yeah, very well executed, Kate Ritchie.
Good to see you, mate. You hop out. Mick Hucknall. He's come out and he said, I remember my Playboy days back in the 80s. He had a great time.
We don't need to hear this. Is there a book coming out? There obviously
There must be. I mean, you've got a daughter, by the way, at this stage,
the book.
Mick. It's the isn't it?
I mean,
the hook. You got to write. You write a book. You need a hook.
You need a hook.
This is the thing, Kate. Is there a book? Yeah, we've already spoken about this because what did we?
Oh, when I decide to give up my career and go and live in the woods somewhere, that's when I'll be writing a book.
Simply dead.
No, didn't we come up with a name? My Mate Kate or something like that?
Milko and me.
That's right. Milko and me. The imaginary tale.
Written by Milko.
Exactly. What a read.
God, he's had some great names. His lovers, he's come out and said, included Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, you can't name
Helena
people.
Christensen.
Oh,
Wow. She was with Michael Hutchins for a while.
Steffi Graf, also.
The tennis player.
Yep. Simply Spread. He has come out and now said that he's slept with over 1,000 women. 1,000 women. He said back in the day, it was 3 women a day.
Okay, can I just say something? And this has nothing to do, I'm not talking about me or my life or anything like that.
Okay, here we go.
How old is he?
Now.
He'd be 60, wouldn't he?
He's in his...
Is 1,000 people
way too much.
that many people?
Can I tell you
Are you
this?
suggesting he's been a bit of a slouch in the bedroom?
But what I'm saying is...
By that time...
Is
but
that
I know
madness?
what you mean. But what happened was he then got married back in the day, so all of that stopped. So yes, if you went from your bedroom days of say 16 to 65, then quite possibly if you were consistent over that time period, but he wrapped it up earlier than that.
No, you know what? It's completely ridiculous. And anyone that brags about the amount of conquests that they've had are wankers. I'm sorry.
They are rude,
and
mate.
liars.
And liars.
That's so rude.
Because there's the other one the famous one is Wilt Chamberlain, the basketballer who was 7 foot tall. He claims to have bedded 20,000 women. The other one, this is the other one I need to talk to you about as well. Enrique Iglesias' old man, Julio Iglesias.
Oh, yeah.
Have we got any Julio Iglesias in the system?
What a dreamboat.
Spanish crooner. He was a good-looking guy.
If you like...
Yeah, I thought he was more of just a wax figure. Is he real?
He's real. He claims to have slept with 3,000 women
A day.
No, in a decade. Now,
Well, do you know what?
What's that a year?
Tom's worked this out. Tom just handed me the figures here. So that's 30. That's okay. So wait up, Tom. Not 30,000 in 10 years. It was 3,000 in 10 years. Ah, damn.
Which is 300.
Damn, we were close. It was
300 a year.
Yeah, that's 300 a year.
Yeah.
300 a year. So
Which
that's
is one a week.
one
Not
day.
even.
One a day. Just under one a day.
Oh, sorry, one a day.
One a day. So if you look at simple...
It's
We're
not.
geniuses in here, aren't we?
You could probably do it.
We could. I mean, not me, obviously.
Tom originally handed me something that said 8 women a day. I'm going, come on, Julio.
Come on, mate. Because 3 women a day for Simply Red is 2.7 years. Like, that's what he's doing to get his 1,000.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
But you'd need someone full-time organising it. Because if you woke up and you go, right, well, I need one around breakfast time. So can you make sure that she's ready?
With bring my OJ and
OJ
Olivia.
And Olivia and those eggs. And then by lunchtime, you got to put in your order, your meal order again of a chicken sandwich. I'll have the club and Tracy.
Yeah. So I was going to say a hamburger and Helen.
And Helen, hamburger and Helen. So who's for dinner then, Kate?
Dinner and Diane.
There it is.
So I'll have steak with Diane. So you're saying instead of a PA, you'd have like a GA, a girl's assistant?
Yes, I'm glad. Well, I'm glad you changed it from PA. Let's go with GA. Let's go with GA.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Now, you're grown men. Do you have curfews?
I try to apply them on myself. I reckon that's the best way forward. But it never works where you go, oh, mate, 11 o'clock, wrap that one up.
You know that when you say that to your, I'm assuming you're talking about your wife or partner or whoever is going to be at home waiting for you, they don't believe that time.
You always call it too early, don't you? Where you go, honey, I'll be home by 10:30 for sure. There's not a lot going on tonight.
Yeah.
2 a.m. was always the big one for me.
Oh, was it? And why? Because bad things happen after 2.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know what? Nothing good happens after midnight, to be honest with you.
Well said, buddy.
Well, I'm going to say 11.
You regret anything that you do after midnight anyway, but 2 a.m., if I ever got in later than 2 a.m., I'd always get a bit of a sigh from BJ as I'm getting into bed.
Sneaking in, thinking that no one is even noticing the key in the door and the dropped keys and the heavy footsteps up the hallway.
See, we got a dog as well, so he barks. He wakes everyone up. It's the worst.
Then you're vomiting in the toilet. It's like, oh my God.
Isn't it funny how you know every creak in the house?
Everywhere.
Every single door, you know how hard you have to push it or how slowly you have to push it and the creaks.
Yeah, I can hear the front gate at my house. It doesn't even have, I mean, I don't want to talk about security issues, but it doesn't even have like a major lock or anything on it. But it just goes...
And you know straight away.
I can be in bed asleep, I think, for 3 hours. I go...
Who's that? The bloody big possum?
It's 5:30 again. It's time for me to get up for work. There's this fella though. He's 19. Now I don't know how you feel about if you're a young man who's 19. There might be issues with the girlfriend. I would actually think it's okay if the girlfriend's setting the curfew, but it turns out in this story it's the mum still setting the curfew
on the kid, on the 19-year-old.
Yeah. So he has an 18-year-old girlfriend. They go out. She's concerned that mum's meddling in his social life and is too far, what's the word, like overbearing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to go out. You've got to be home by midnight or whatever it is.
It's tough for a 19-year-old, isn't it?
Well, I think if you have a girlfriend, you have a social life. I think he's studying as well.
But he's living at home, yeah? Because it can't be the case that, your mum's just calling you. You've moved out 2 years ago and your mum's ringing you to say, oh, just checking if you're heading out and what time will you be home?
See, my bedroom growing up was right next to mum and dad's.
Oh, and on the hallway.
And horrific. Kate, when I turned 18 and started going out, that was the worst thing ever because you'd have to sneak in. And then also another thing
were you allowed to have girls back there?
No, well, I never did.
No, well, you weren't.
But were you allowed was my question.
You wouldn't want to.
No, Dad had a strict rule. No girls were allowed in the house. No, to stay over, which I disagree with. Like, I would never do that with my boys.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's a long way off.
Yeah, I don't know
you would do that, wouldn't you?
No girls stay over. Yeah. That was our rule. No.
You mean for Whipper or for...
Yeah, Lisa's really strict on it. She's really clamped down on it.
She's such a wet blanket,
last
Lisa.
year it was a free-for-all.
John and Christine were pretty confident, though, that you weren't going to bring any back.
No, but Dad...
we never had those issues with when he was a kid. But, this mother...
Oh, yeah, go on, tell me about me.
No. This mother, she doesn't only set the curfew, but she has a tracking... tracks the phone.
She's bugged him?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So she knows where he is.
Find my son.
Yeah.
Oh. See, that's too much. That's where you got to get out. And I spoke about this the other day. I had mates who lived in granny flats at the back of their house.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best setup for any parent that had a pool room or a room right down the back that you didn't have to go through the house when you come home after a few drinks was the best.
I'd still be able to hear the side gate.
You'd still hear that gate open.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let me sing that song.
All right, here we go, guys. I'll give you one word. You got to put it into a song. Reigning champ is Kate Ritchie.
It's raining men. Is that the word?
No. You got to wait till I give you the official word. We're streaming live on the Fitzy and Whipper Facebook page.
Yeah,
correct, Tom?
Always.
The numbers are
not
growing.
Always.
No, you're absolutely
So
right.
Kate.
We're not.
It's like 1 out of 2. Here we go, guys.
Okay.
Do you know what? I'm going to accept both spellings here. Does that mess with you, Jess?
Where?
No.
Is it cloud?
All good from the Song Factory.
Okay, here we go. The word is sea.
Sea.
Sea of love.
Go on.
No.
I can see clearly now.
Oh, no.
Sea. I see you. I see you. I see you
watching me,
watching you. Clouds of blue.
I see. Well, you've given me 2 now. Kate's given me nothing. Tom's given me 1. You're lucky it's the first round.
First round.
Oh, thank goodness.
No wonder you kicked
My
back.
legs are all tense.
Oh, yeah. See you again.
Could have you gone 3 different ways and said YMCA?
It's a word, not a letter.
Ah, damn. Okay.
I don't think you can get that fussy about it.
Okay, here we go, guys. The first official round. Nice warm-up. The word is hold.
Hold me in your arms.
Hold me close, tiny dancer.
Yes, hold me closer. Yep.
Michael Jackson, hold me.
Hold me
like the River Jordan.
River Jordan.
Yes.
And I will then say to thee.
Good one.
Well done, Tom. Could have gone hold on.
Good, like go.
Yeah, you go, you good thing. What about Macklemore, guys? Can't hold us. Think about it. Bang. Yeah, great song.
But they don't actually say can't hold us in.
Yeah,
they do.
Yes, there it
I
is.
don't like this game.
Okay, you're in. Don't worry about it. Here we go, guys. End or ends?
End. End of the earth.
No,
End of.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
End of the road by Boys to Men.
Oh, yes.
Kate's turned around to focus. You with us? Katie, you're right. You look like you're going to the toilet. You got a bad stomach or something?
Trying to sing.
Kate, where are you? Kate's gone. See you later. Did you have anything or not?
I was singing some. I was trying to find something in a Grease song.
This is the song that doesn't
Do you have End of the Road by Boys to Men there? Oh, what a song.
Don't play it enough. Pump it up, Jess. Right up.
Brilliant.
You belong to me. I belong to you.
I wish you could see the grown men in this studio singing that song. I saw the Trolls trailer on the weekend.
What's that got to do with Boys to Men?
Because I think it's kind of based around
Are you calling them trolls?
boys bands and stuff.
You're calling those guys trolls?
You know,
I'm not a big fan of the Trolls.
The creepiest bit about this song is when the guy with the deep voice comes in and goes, "Girl, I've just locked the front door. There's no way that you're getting out.
The basement is open. You'll be cable tied to the wall within
Oh,
minutes.
well.
Hey, girl,
Hey, girl.
there's some stairs that lead down to that dungeon."
5 minutes down there with me, you won't want to get
It's
out.
a bit creepy.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Okay, here we go, guys. Tom, can we play that before 9? Let's play it tomorrow, Tom.
Okay,
Squeeze it in tomorrow, bit of Boys to
yeah.
Men.
That song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You really don't like it?
I love the Boys to Men
Good.
song.
Tom's
I don't like the game.
still making the transition.
Am I not in?
No, you're out. Grab a seat.
See you, mate.
Here we go. The word is thing.
Thing that.
You're out.
Things that make you go, hmm.
I've got one.
Things that make you go, hmm.
Yes, you're in.
Oh,
what is that?
wild thing?
Oh, is that it, Kate?
I think that's what
Really
you were
fallen
mouthing.
over trying to do a stance for Tom.
Because I don't like not being in.
Kate's wild thing dance was a thing of pleasure.
Can we get that online at 100 miles an hour?
Wow.
I didn't know what you were doing.
Oh, mate, I have the
I
moves.
nearly ordered a drink. Oh, what a song.
All right.
Aerosmith. Tom, can we play that tomorrow with Boys to Men?
Yeah, absolutely. Big day tomorrow.
Huge. Here we go. The word is lonely.
I'm lonely, Akon.
Lonely. I am. Only the Lonely by Roy Orbison.
Oh.
Great guess.
Sorry, guys.
Is that in the tank?
I don't think
Only
I have to
the
ask
lonely.
Bogart for that one. I think.
Sorry, you get on to Bogart at Smooth FM. I think Richard Wilkins has that as his ringtone.
Oh, yes.
Let's move on.
He's never been lonely, Richard.
Never. In fact, quite crowded. The word is smile.
Smile. Don't worry, be happy. There's a smile in there, doesn't there?
Nope.
Yes, there has to be. Smile.
Tom, where are you?
When you just smile, smile like your heart is. Oh, sorry, it's a Nat King Cole song. It's a very old reference. What about
You're through.
Okay.
Ryan Jones. You can't Google, mate. You're gone. Thomas Brian Ivy.
There it is.
Wait up. Wait up.
No, not wait up.
No, if there's smile in the lyrics of Don't Worry, Be Happy, mate, I'm through to the next round.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. When your trouble makes you worry. When you do it, it makes you...
Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style. Ain't got no gal to make me smile. Don't worry.
But don't you have to sing
60 odd, he's gone bang.
Bang.
All right, we move on to the extras list.
Come on.
The word is strip.
Strip that down by Liam Payne and Quavo.
Thomas Brian Ivy. Thomas Brian Ivy. Haven't got any strip.
If you're winning on a Quavo, mate.
Oh, I knew he would get stripped. Thomas Brian Ivy. There it is. Yes, Kate is still dancing. That's extraordinary. Well done, Thomas Brian Ivy.
Still doing the wild thing there.
Song.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I had such a great day yesterday.
Where'd you go?
I spent the day in Cabramatta. And so we got in the car. Why are you looking at me like that?
What took you to Cabramatta?
The food.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The people. The experience.
Yeah.
Was there like a market on or something, or do you go to a certain restaurant? Or
No,
Always a
well,
market on.
the main street of Cabramatta is John Street, I think it is, and then there's all these kind of like lanes, and I think there's a hill street behind it. Anyway, incredible food, and I hadn't been there for years.
What did you order? Can I ask?
Well, there's a bit of a debate, and I'd like to know this, and this is going to show how uneducated I am. Of course, we had the pho.
Yeah, the pho. The pho's magnificent, isn't it?
And this one was amazing.
Did it blow your head off, though? Because some of them are really spicy.
Tell me what pho is.
The soup.
The soup.
With the noodles.
Sounds
Put a lot
fake.
of chili in there as well.
It sounds fake.
Mate, when we
What's
went to
pho?
Vietnam, like just the street vendors, and they're so cheap. Like you can have the biggest meal and a couple of beers, and it will cost you $20-$25. It's magnificent.
There were three of us, and we had loads and loads of food, and all the like the Vietnamese coffee and things like that.
Which they have condensed milk in.
Oh, how good are they? Do you know what I had? I had a version of that, but without the coffee, and it was soda. I don't know what it's called. Soda, egg yolk, and milk.
What?
With lots of ice.
Was it good?
So, I mean, what a protein kick, guys! And just incredible. So lots of shopping and wandering and buying fresh food and stuff like that. And then we stumbled across, and my daughter's really into this stuff at the moment. Is one of those, like a vending machine shop.
Yeah.
I'm really not describing this very well at all. But all the games.
Like arcade games.
Like the little, what are the things?
Yeah, skill tester.
Skill testers.
The claw.
Yeah, okay. So, but a
Which are rigged.
much more, well,
Yeah,
I thought they were rigged.
I picked up a Mario Brother the other day and had it by the mushroom head, and then it fell out of it. So it couldn't even hold the mushroom head.
They're really, and do you know what they also do? You put them in place. This is what I've noticed after a little time spent there yesterday. You put the claw in place, and then as it starts to go down, it slightly turns.
Yeah, I know, mate.
Criminals.
There should be an investigation into this, and I know there's probably more important issues that we need to focus on.
Not really.
Someone from the skill tester industry needs to be put into jail. I'm sorry.
Lock them up.
I didn't play too much skill testing because I did something. I don't know what happened to me yesterday or who I was, but I became someone else, and I was free and easy, and I sat in a massage chair.
What?
Oh.
Now, I thought since COVID, massage chairs were all taken to a graveyard and like buried or burned to the ground. And this massage chair was the most incredible massage I have ever had. I don't know. This was not your average massage chair.
So can I? So someone wasn't massaging you. It's the actual chairs digging into your back. Is that the thing, and it moves around? Or
but better than that.
Yeah.
Like think when you go to the nail bar and you sit in the massage chair. Think that on steroids.
Wow, it's a mechanical massage chair.
Yeah, and it holds you like a baby. So what it does is you put your
felt
money.
loved.
I put 3 tokens in. I got 9 minutes. The people I was with, they were like running around playing, winning toys and stuff like that. And what it does is it tilts to start with.
So you go back.
So you don't just kind of like that, like you're
It's like a pod.
on a plane. You go like this, and your feet lift as well.
Oh my God!
So it's holding you. I've got a photo of you, Fitz. I want to show you. That's me there now.
Right.
Hello, gorgeous.
I didn't think the story was going there. I thought if someone was to say to me, "Hey, we're going to Cabramatta for a massage," I'd go, "Right, let's keep this quiet."
Well, I've got a story about that too, but that was that was in China. I had a funny little one, but we can get to that another time.
Can I just say though, Kate? The leather on it's quite worn.
It's gross.
The only thing I worry about is what has been done in that massage chair over the last few years. I mean, they've made a bit of money
Just
out of it.
massages, mate.
That's the thing. They're not sterilising it each time you jump into it, are you?
I don't. Oh, well, I don't think so. But this thing not only grabbed my calves, so the whole thing tightens around your body like a big warm hug. I nearly cried.
Do you?
Do you
know about that rash you got on the back of your neck there?
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We were talking about life hacks the other day, and we got a phone call from a lady who said you can actually stop the tears when you cut an onion, and the way you do that is to stick your tongue out when you're cutting the onion. Have a listen to how it went.
Team, I am the onion queen, and this is going to revolutionise your life.
Yeah?
When you are chopping, dicing, slicing, peeling onions, stick your tongue out. Your taste buds absorb, and your tongue absorbs the fumes. You will not shed one tear.
Not one. We tried it.
And does it work? Because I missed this.
Whether it works or not almost becomes secondary to the feedback we got.
How far do you have to stick your tongue out?
I can't get through a full onion without starting to well up. And I got through a full onion, a large one. It took me around about a minute to cut the whole thing, and there was no tears at all.
Wow, but you are actually, you're very tall, so you're
a long way from it.
You're far from the onion as well.
But I still cry. It'll still get to me when I'm chopping up an onion. That worked. It was unbelievable. Then Ron Bloody Wilson, who works at Smooth, he come over and said, you absorb...
Ron Bloody Wilson come over.
Well, it's Kevin's blood.
Of course.
So, and he said, he's done this. He said, or the other thing that you can do is put a wet towel around your neck.
So the moisture goes into
He said even next to the chopping board, and that will absorb.
I thought you had to put, those visors that some people wear when they exercise. You turn that upside down and you put it around your neck.
To stop the smell of the onion coming up.
See where you're cutting.
It wouldn't look silly, but I like the idea.
But it could work.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
What was interesting when we popped the video up, I don't know, I'm a bit sensitive about it, but Kate's got a page there because the feedback was not so much based on the onion cutting.
No, because the conversation seemed to turn to the tongue thing.
Yeah, how far do you need it out?
No, not how far you need to get it out, but to Whipper's tongue in particular, because even not being here, I didn't realise the chat was about onions. I thought it was about how ridiculous your tongue is.
No, it was about the onions.
No, well, there's a lot of people commenting on the on Instagram, which I did have a scroll through.
Now,
I couldn't wait to get in today to see it in real life action.
I haven't seen it for years, right? And we've spoken about this, Kate, before you get into the comments, because you have problems snoring and sleeping because of the size of your tongue.
And swallowing?
No, swallowing's fine. The doctor has said your tongue is too big for your mouth.
Tommy, is it up on Instagram now?
Yeah, on our stories.
You've got to go and see on our stories, Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie's Instagram account on the stories. It's not just long, Kate. It is fat. It is massive.
So it has length and width.
It's wide and huge.
Okay, mate.
This is what someone said. No wonder his wife sleeps in the other room because that thing needs its own pillow.
That's rude.
I actually thought it was a fake tongue. That's not me. That's someone else saying it. I'm purely reading the comments. I thought Whipper's tongue was a Snapchat filter. I think everyone thought that people were using the filter. Wow, that's huge. Lucky wife.
I don't get
I don't know. I actually don't get that.
She's hit the jackpot.
Oh my God.
And then there's a few other kind of notes about how else to not not cry when you're cutting an onion.
Oh, man.
It's not easy living with a tongue like that.
Can you get a tongue reduction?
Tom, is that possible?
Yeah, there are some surgical options for people with sleep apnea due to the large tongue or the tissue at the back. It is expensive though for you, Whip. It's going to set you back a minimum of $16,000.
See, I could have a breast reduction for that.
Exactly.
Well, I wouldn't imagine so. Not
send him
these
to
days.
Thailand. Let's send him to Thailand and get it done there. That's way cheaper.
Go on a trip, take listeners, and Whipper can get his tongue
trimmed.
Trimmed.
But it could affect the way I speak. That would be horrible.
Would it silence you?
Imagine if it gave me a lisp or something like that. Hey guys, sunny Sydney. It's 22 degrees outside.
Fine, mate.
Not really. Book me in, Tommy. Thanks very much for everyone's support on the fake tongue.
Well done, mate.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.